Imran Khan. The fact that the media did not talk to him about the love of the Pakistani people. For the first time you see him. Part 1. Imran Ahmed Khan Niazi, born the 5th of October 1952, is a Pakistani politician and former cricket captain who served as the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan from August 2018 to until April 2022, when he was ousted through a no confidence in the National Assembly. He is the founder and chairman of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf. Born to a Niazi Pashtun family in Lahore, Khan graduated from Keble College, University of Oxford, England, in 1975. He began his international cricket career at age 18 in a 1971 Test series against England. Khan played until 1992, served as the team's captain intermittently between 1982 and 1992, and won the 1992 Cricket World Cup in what is Pakistan's first and only victory in the competition. Considered one of cricket's greatest all-rounders, Khan scored 3,807 runs and took 362 wickets in Test cricket and was inducted into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame. Khan founded cancer hospitals in Lahore and Peshawar and Namal College in Mianwali. Prior to entering politics, founding the PTI in 1996, Khan won a seat in the National Assembly in the 2002 general election, serving as an opposition member from Mianwali until 2007. PTI boycotted the 2008 general election and became the second largest party by popular vote in the 2013 general election. In the 2018 general election, running on a populist platform, PTI became the largest party in the National Assembly and formed a coalition government with independents with Khan as Prime Minister. As Prime Minister, Khan addressed a balance of payments crisis with bailouts from the International Monetary Fund. He presided over a shrinking current account deficit and limited defense spending to curtail the fiscal deficit, leading to some general economic growth. He enacted policies that increased tax collection and investment. His government committed to a renewable energy transition, launched the ASAS program and the Plant for Pakistan initiative, and expanded the protected areas of Pakistan. He presided over the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused economic turmoil and rising inflation in the country and threatened his political position. Despite a promised anti-corruption campaign, the perception of corruption in Pakistan worsened during Khan's time in office. He was accused of political victimization of opponents and clamping down on freedom of expression and dissent. Amid a constitutional crisis, Khan became the first prime minister to be removed from office through a no-confidence motion in April 2022. In August, he was charged under anti-terror laws after accusing the police and judiciary of detaining and torturing an aide. In November, he survived an assassination attempt during a political rally in Wazirabad, Punjab. Khan was born in Lahore on the 5th of October 1952. Some reports suggest he was born on the 25th of November 1952. It was reported that the 25th of November was wrongly mentioned by Pakistan Cricket Board officials on his passport. Failed verification. He is the only son of Ikramullah Khan Niazi, a civil engineer, and his wife Shaukat Khanum, and has 4 sisters. Long settled in Mianwali in northwestern Punjab, his paternal family are of Pashtun ethnicity and belong to the Niazi tribe, and one of his ancestors, Haybat Khan Niazi, in the 16th century, was one of Sher Shah Suri's leading generals, as well as being the governor of Punjab. Like his father, Khan's mother was an ethnic Pashtun, who belonged to the Burki tribe and whose ancestors had been settled in the Jalandhar district of Punjab for centuries. Following the creation of Pakistan, she migrated to Lahore with the rest of Khan's maternal relatives. Khan's maternal family has produced a number of cricketers, including those who have represented Pakistan, such as his cousins Javed Burki and Majid Khan. Maternally, Khan is also a descendant of the Sufi warrior poet and inventor of the Pashto alphabet, Roshan, who hailed from his maternal family's ancestral Kanigaram town located in South Waziristan and the tribal areas of northwest Pakistan. His maternal family was based in Basti Danishmanda, Jalandhar, India for about 600 years. A quiet and shy boy in his youth, Khan grew up with his sisters in relatively affluent, upper-middle-class circumstances and received a privileged education. He was educated at the Aitchison College and Cathedral School in Lahore, and then the Royal Grammar School Worcester in England, where he excelled at cricket. In 1972, he enrolled in Keble College, Oxford, where he studied philosophy, politics, and economics, graduating in 1975. An enthusiast for college cricket at Keble, Paul Hayes was instrumental in securing the admission of Khan after he had been turned down by Cambridge. Khan made his first-class cricket debut at the age of 16 in Lahore. By the start of the 1970s, he was playing for his home teams of Lahore A, Lahore B, Lahore Greens and, eventually, Lahore. Khan was part of the University of Oxford's Blues cricket team during the 1973,197 fifth season. He played English county cricket from 1971 to 1976 for Worcestershire. During this decade, other teams represented by Khan included Dawood Industries and Pakistan International Airlines. From 1983 to 1988, he played for Sussex. Khan made his Test cricket debut against England in June 1971 at Edgbaston. 3 years later, in August 1974, he debuted in the one-day international match, once again playing against England at Trent Bridge for the Prudential Trophy. After graduating from Oxford and finishing his tenure at Worcestershire, he returned to Pakistan in 1976 and secured a permanent place on his native national team starting from the 1976,197 season, during which they faced New Zealand and Australia. Following the Australian series, he toured the West Indies, where he met Tony Gray, who signed him up for Kerry Packers World Series cricket. His credentials as one of the fastest bowlers in the world started to become established when he finished third at 139.7 kilometers per hour in a fast bowling contest at Perth in 1978, behind Jeff Thomson and Michael Holding, but ahead of Dennis Lillee, Garth LaRue and Andy Roberts. During the late 1970s, Khan was one of the pioneers of the reverse swing bowling technique. He imparted this trick to the bowling duo of Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis, who mastered and popularized this art in later years. As a bowler, Khan initially bowled with a relatively chest-on action at medium pace. However, he worked hard to remodel his action to a more classical type and to strengthen his body to enable fast bowling. Khan attained his prime as a fast bowler in January 1980 till 1988 when he became out-and-out fast bowler. During this span, Imran picked 236 test wickets at 17.77 apiece with 18 5-wicket hauls and 5 10-wicket hauls. His bowling average and strike rate were better than Richard Hadley, Malcolm Marshall, Dennis Lillee, Joel Garner and Michael Holding. In January 1983, playing against India, he attained a test bowling rating of 922 points. Although calculated retrospectively, Khan's form and performance during this period ranks third in the ICC's all-time test bowling rankings. Khan achieved the all-rounders triple in 75 tests, the second fastest record behind Ian Botham's 72. He also has the second highest all-time batting average of 61.86 for a test batsman playing at position 6 in the batting order. He played his last test match for Pakistan in January 1992 against Sri Lanka at Faisalabad. Khan retired permanently from cricket 6 months after his last ODI, the historic 1992 World Cup final against England in Melbourne, Australia. He ended his career with 88 test matches, 126 innings and scored 3807 runs at an average of 37.69, including 6 centuries and 18 50s. His highest score was 136. As a bowler, he took 362 wickets in Test cricket, which made him the first Pakistani and world's 4th bowler to do so. In ODIs, he played 175 matches and scored 3709 runs at an average of 33.41. His highest score was 102 not out. His best ODI bowling was 6 wickets for 14 runs, a record for the best bowling figures by any bowler in an ODI innings in a losing cause. At the height of his career, in 1982, the 30-year-old Khan took over the captaincy of the Pakistan cricket team from Javed Miandad. As a captain, Khan played 48 test matches, of which 14 were won by Pakistan, 8 lost and the remaining 26 were drawn. He also played 139 ODIs, winning 77, losing 57 and ending 1 in a tie. In the team's second match, Khan led them to their first test win on English soil for 28 years at Lord's. Khan's first year as captain was the peak of his legacy, as a fast bowler as well as an all-rounder. He recorded the best test bowling of his career, while taking 8 wickets for 58 runs against Sri Lanka at Lahore and won 981,198 well. He also topped both the bowling and batting averages against England in 3 test series in 1982, taking 21 wickets and averaging 56 with the bat. Later the same year, he put up a highly acknowledged performance in a home series against the formidable Indian team by taking 40 wickets in 6 tests at an average of 13.95. By the end of this series and won 982,198 Khan had taken 88 wickets in 13 test matches over a period of 1 year as captain. This same test series against India, however, also resulted in a stress fracture in his shin that kept him out of cricket for more than 2 years. An experimental treatment funded by the Pakistani government helped him recover by the end of 1984, and he made a successful comeback to international cricket in the latter part of the 984,198th season. In 1987 in India, Khan led Pakistan in its first ever test series win, and this was followed by Pakistan's first series victory in England during the same year. During the 1980s, his team also recorded 3 creditable draws against the West Indies. India and Pakistan co-hosted the 1987 Cricket World Cup, but neither ventured beyond the semi-finals. Khan retired from international cricket at the end of the World Cup. In 1988, he was asked to return to the captaincy by the President of Pakistan, General Zia-ul-Haq, and on the 18th of January, he announced his decision to rejoin the team. Soon after returning to the captaincy, Khan led Pakistan to another winning tour in the West Indies, which he has recounted as the last time I really bowled well. He was declared man of the series against West Indies in 1988 when he took 23 wickets in 3 tests. Khan's career high as a captain and cricketer came when he led Pakistan to victory in the 1992 Cricket World Cup. Playing with a brittle batting lineup, Khan promoted himself as a batsman to play in the top order along with Javed Miandad, but his contribution as a bowler was minimal. At the age of 39, Khan took the winning last wicket himself. After retiring, Khan remarked that there was ball tampering during his early cricketing days when playing domestic cricket. Khan had said that, during matches, he occasionally scratched the side of the ball and lifted the seam. However, Khan defended his actions in the same interview, arguing his conduct was commonplace at the time, even that spin bowlers would lift the seam. Further, Khan argued that as he did not lift the seam of the ball above the normal level, he was not violating the rules and spirit of the game within the rules defined whilst he was a player. Further, Khan argued that umpires in his 21 years of cricket had not complained about his conduct. Khan remarked that the sole judge of fair and unfair play on the cricket field is the umpire. He had also added, "Only once did I use an object. When Sussex was playing Hampshire in 1981, the ball was not deviating at all. I got the 12th man to bring out a bottle top and it started to move around a lot." In 1996, Khan successfully defended himself in a libel action brought forth by former English captain and all-rounder Ian Botham and batsman Alan Lamb over comments they alleged were made by Khan in 2 articles about the above-mentioned ball tampering, and another article published in an Indian magazine, India Today. They claimed that, in the latter publication, Khan had called the 2 cricketers racist, ill-educated, and lacking in class. Khan protested that he had been misquoted, saying that he was defending himself after having admitted that he tampered with a ball in a county match 18 years ago. Khan won the libel case, which the judge labeled a complete exercise in futility, with a 10-2 majority decision by the jury. Also, Khan had served as a domestic league coach. Since retiring, Khan has written opinion pieces on cricket for various British and Asian newspapers, especially regarding the Pakistani national team. His contributions have been published in India's Outlook magazine, Guardian, The Independent, and Telegraph. Khan also sometimes appears as a cricket commentator on Asian and British sports networks, including BBC Urdu and the Star TV network. In 2004, when the Indian cricket team toured Pakistan after 14 years, he was a commentator on 10 Sports' special live show, Straight Drive, while he was also a columnist for sci-fi.com for the 2005 India-Pakistan Test Series. He has provided analysis for every Cricket World Cup since 1992, which includes providing match summaries for the BBC during the 1999 World Cup. He holds as a captain the world record for taking most wickets, best bowling strike rate, and best bowling average in test, and best bowling figures in a test innings, and also most 5-wicket hauls in a test innings and wins. On the 23rd of November 2005, Khan was appointed as the Chancellor of University of Bradford, succeeding Baroness Lockwood. On the 26th of February 2014, University of Bradford Union floated a motion to remove Khan from the post over Khan's absence from every graduation ceremony since 2010. Khan, however, announced that he will step down on the 30th of November 2014, citing his increasing political commitments. The university vice-chancellor Brian Cantor said Khan had been a wonderful role model for our students. During the 1990s, Khan also served as UNICEF's special representative for sports and promoted health and immunization programs in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. While in London, he also works with the Lord's Taverners, a cricket charity. Khan focused his efforts solely on social work. By 1991, He had founded the Shaukat Khanum Memorial Trust, a charity organization bearing the name of his mother, Mrs. Shaukat Khanum. As the trust's maiden endeavor, Khan established Pakistan's first and only cancer hospital, constructed using donations and funds exceeding $25 million, raised by Khan from all over the world. On the 27th of April 2008, Khan established a technical college in the Mayanwali district called Namal College. It was built by the Mayanwali Development Trust and is an associate college of the University of Bradford in December 2005. Imran Khan Foundation is another welfare work, which aims to assist needy people all over Pakistan. It has provided help to flood victims in Pakistan. Bachsh Foundation has partnered with the Imran Khan Foundation to light up villages in Dera Ghazi Khan, Mayanwali and Dera Ismail Khan under the project Lighting a Million Lives. The campaign will establish several solar charging stations in the selected off-grid village and will provide villagers with solar lanterns, which can be regularly charged at the solar charging stations. Basing his wider paradigm on the poet-philosopher Muhammad Iqbal and the Iranian writer-sociologist Ali Shariati he came across in his youth, Khan is generally described as a nationalist and a populist. Khan's proclaimed political platform and declarations include Islamic values, to which he rededicated himself in the 1990s, liberal economics, with the promise of deregulating the economy and creating a welfare state, decreased bureaucracy, and the implementation of anti-corruption laws to create and ensure a clean government, the establishment of an independent judiciary, overhaul of the country's police system, and an anti-militant vision for a democratic Pakistan. Khan publicly demanded a Pakistani apology towards the Bangladeshi people for the atrocities committed in 1971. He called the 1971 operation a blunder and likened it to today's treatment of Pashtuns in the War on Terror. However, he repeatedly criticized the war crimes trials in Bangladesh in favor of the convicts. His sympathetic position toward the Pakistani Taliban and Afghan Taliban, as well as his criticism of the US-led war on terror, has earned him the moniker Taliban Khan in Pakistani politics. He believes in negotiations with Taliban and the pullout of the Pakistan army from federally administered tribal areas. He is against US drone strikes and plans to disengage Pakistan from the US-led war on terror. Khan also opposes almost all military operations, including the siege of Lal Masjid. In 2010, Khan said in an interview, "I grew up hating India because I grew up in Lahore, and there were massacres of 1947, so much bloodshed and anger. But as I started touring India, I got such love and friendship there that all this disappeared." In August 2012, the Pakistani Taliban issued death threats if he went ahead with his march to their tribal stronghold along the Afghan border to protest US drone attacks, because he calls himself a liberal, a term they associate with a lack of religious belief. On the 1st of October 2012, prior to his plan to address a rally in South Waziristan, senior commanders of Pakistani Taliban said after a meeting headed by the Taliban leader Hakamul Amais that they now offered Khan security assistance for the rally because of Khan's opposition to drone attacks in Pakistan, reversing their previous stance. In 2014, when Pakistani Taliban announced armed struggle against Ismaili Muslims and the Kalash people, Khan released a statement describing forced conversions as un-Islamic. He has also condemned the incidents of forced conversion of Hindu girls in Sindh. Khan views the Kashmir issue as a humanitarian issue, as opposed to a territorial dispute between two countries. He also proposed secret talks to settle the issue as he thinks the vested interests on both sides will try to subvert them. He ruled out a military solution to the conflict and denied the possibility of a fourth war between India and Pakistan over the disputed mountainous region. On the 8th of January 2016, Khan visited the embassies of Iran and Saudi Arabia in Islamabad and met their head of commissions to understand their stances about the conflict that engulfed both nations after the execution of Sheikh Nimr by Saudi Arabia. He urged the government of Pakistan to play a positive role to resolve the matter between both countries. After Parliament passed a unanimous resolution keeping Pakistan out of the war in Yemen in April 2015, Khan claimed that his party was responsible for many critical clauses of the resolution. In July 2018, the Saudi-based Islamic Development Bank activated its $4.5 billion oil financing facility for Pakistan. After the result of 2018 Pakistani general election, Imran Khan said he would try to remake Pakistan based on the ideology of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. During his government, Khan addressed a balance of payments crisis with a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. He presided over a shrinking current account deficit and limited defense spending to curtail the fiscal deficit, leading to some general economic growth. He enacted policies which increased tax collection and investment, and reforms were made to the social safety net. His government committed to a renewable energy transition, launched a national reforestation initiative, and expanded protected areas, and led the country during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, his failure to revive the economy and the rising inflation rate caused him political problems. Despite his promised anti-corruption campaign, the perception of corruption in Pakistan worsened during his rule. He was accused of political victimization of opponents and clamping down on freedom of expression and dissent. In foreign relations, he dealt with border skirmishes against India and strengthened relations with China and Russia, while relations with the United States cooled. Following the Taliban takeover of Kabul in 2021, Khan congratulated the Taliban for their victory in the 1221 war and urged the international community to support their new government. He also said that his government was negotiating a peace deal with the Pakistani Taliban with the help of the Afghan Taliban. On the 10th of April 2022, Khan became the country's first prime minister to be ousted through a no-confidence motion vote in parliament. On the 22nd of August 2022, Khan was charged by the Pakistani police under anti-terror laws after Khan accused the police and judiciary of detaining and torturing his close aide. Soon, we will publish Part 2